So, but great to be here. Appreciate all you guys being here. It's Big Ten Media Day. It means it's close. It means it's the start of the start to. I always look at it as when I'm meeting with you guys, it's the start of the season, and I'm excited about this group. I don't pay a great deal of attention to preseason rankings or any of that, but I will say I think it speaks volumes to what people think of our program, and that means something. Yet it gives us something that we've got to shoot for, and we've got to get chemistry right, guys on the same page. We've got to get tougher. All those things I can go back to and talk to our group about, but it's here, and looking forward to playing in the best league in the country. I say that all the time. It's unbelievable how hard every venue is to play, how good the coaching is, how good the players are. The league's obviously a little bit different. We lost great players. We saw players make substantial jumps from their freshman year to their sophomore year. I mean, some of the greatest jumps in college basketball in a long time. And obviously that paid off for those young men as they went to the draft. But we're going to, to say I've gone through rosters and looked at everybody's rosters, I have not. But I know I sit here and walk around today and see Cliff and see Trace and it snaps back pretty quickly how good some of these players are in this league, and we'll have to play very well to win again in this league. So exciting, it's here.
Brad, I know you have a lot of respect for Fran McCaffrey and what he's done, kind of changing a lot of what they do. Like, how much did you look at that? How much of that was a model for what you're trying to do?
Well, Fran's one of the best coaches in our league and one of the best coaches in the country. And Fran probably doesn't get near enough credit for the development of his guys. I'm scary to think about what Chris can be, Murray. But I thought they were the best team in the league at the end of the season last year. Unfortunately, they had the same outcome we did in the tournament 2 years ago. But they were good. They were very, very hard to match up with. Their versatility was a problem. I think we look at not having size like we've had, and he's a pretty good picture window to what that success looks like. And we may go about it a little bit differently, but the concepts are there. And I thought they were Final Four good last year had they been able to escape one of those early round games.
Coach, what does it say about the growth of the program that expectations are still so high despite losing all of those starters, despite losing a first-team All-American?
I think there's some respect there. I think we've done it for 3 years. That doesn't mean anything for this year, but I think that a great staff has put together a very good recruiting class. And that's not just the freshmen, the portal included. And we've got to go out and put those pieces together. But I think we've been very fortunate to have some success, and it means a lot to me that people think that highly of us again, no matter who we have in the uniform. So we've got to go out and prove it now. It's just preseason.
Where you at now compared to where you were when you first came into the job?
Well, we were 14th when I got the job, sitting at these things. So, I think we've come a long way, and that doesn't just happen because I'm sitting here. I'm the last reason, to be honest. It's great synergy when you got an athletic director giving you new facilities, and we're moving into a new practice facility, and we can sell winning now, and yet you've got. You got to go out and prove it in this league every year. Everybody's got a lot in this league, and it's nice to to not be picked toward the bottom, and you know, we've still got to play hungry. We've still got to play with a chip on our shoulder, and that's never going to go away. I hope, as long as I'm the coach here.
Brad, you talk about this league being as strong as it is. Is it stronger this year, possibly, than it was last year, with guys returning to Indiana, to Michigan, and then you guys just reloading, having a strong team picked to be at the top as well? It seems like the teams at the top are even stronger than they were last year.
Potentially, I think so. I know this. I look at the job Micah did at Penn State coaching, and the players he's got back. They're going to be very good. You know, here in Minnesota, I mean, my goodness, they're going to be improved and they're going to be better. You know, Chris is one of the best coaches in the league at Northwestern. You look at Fred's run at the end of the season last year, will be something he can build off of. So I think it's teams that maybe have been toward the lower end are making big jumps, and I think that you've got obviously a stacked team in Indiana. You've got Zach Edey back at Purdue. You've got Hunter back at Michigan. You've got Go Rutcliffe and their group at Rutgers, and the job Fran does. You know, they could be, I think, as good as anybody in the league, and nobody's talking about them. You got Kevin at Maryland. They're going to be loaded. So I'm Jim. I'm right there with you. I think the league's loaded, and I think it's going to be better than ever.
Brad, Coleman talked earlier with us about the atmosphere inside your building every day, and he said when you don't have egos, that good things can happen. How do you try to go about assembling all the pieces, parts that you've assembled to fit with what you want in your program?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're fairly selective in our recruiting. Winning is really important. Winning's really important, and you know, we've got two guys from Baylor. They won a national championship. You know, Terence came from an elite 8 program. When there's an element of winning, there's usually an element of teamwork and acceptance of teammates. Does everybody have to find their own niche? Yes. And I want a little bit of swagger. I want a little bit of cocky. But this is a group that cares about winning. They care about each other. We're really competitive on the court, and we've had some chippiness on the court, but it doesn't translate to the locker room. And to me, that's the perfect situation.
Terence talked about keeping in touch with you guys, that when he made his first choice, it wasn't good luck. It was best of luck. That's, you know, the door didn't close on that relationship. I guess how fitting is it that now he is on your team?
Yeah, well, I'm not one of those guys when I think winning's really hard, and if somebody doesn't want to be a part of your program, I'm not angry. I don't get mad in the recruiting process when I lose a recruit and, you know, get on somebody's butt and wish them to fail. That's not who I am. I want everybody to succeed. And so I wish him well, and he went to play for Chris Beard, who's a good friend and have known for a long time, and yet when the situation did change and it came upon us, the opportunity to welcome him back home, he felt it was the right fit, and so, you know, relationships play a big piece of recruiting and coaching today, and I'm glad that he thinks that relationship was special for him to want to come back.
Brad, you've said you're a lot further ahead defensively than offensively. What are the steps on offense that you need to see between now, start of the season, now, and where you want to go?
Yeah, I think we'll start seeing some of that when we see other jerseys and we see other schemes and we see other guys and knowing, you know, we had a day yesterday where, you know, we scrimmaged in 4-minute games and 4-minute segments, and we're looked at a lot of different lineups, and we're starting to see that where opportunities are coming. Guys early weren't having a ton of success because we were just playing in very general terms and fundamentals. Now we're starting to isolate them in areas where they can be successful and play off those things. So we're getting there. But you know, I think here the next couple weeks, even, you know, some of these early season games, we're still trying to figure out what's best for every player and what fits all the pieces to the puzzle just right.
Brad, Matt Meyer, TJ seems to be taking a leadership role we talked about. How has Matt kind of fit in to this team? What's his role?
It's growing. Again, Matt wasn't here all summer. We got him late as he was finishing his degree. I think the other thing that is, he had some back issues early on in his time here. So I think he's just now. We're seeing him at his best. So I think players are starting to gain confidence in him. I think he's starting to assert himself a little more playing wise. Everybody likes Matt. Matt's a great kid and got a great personality. And I think his is just maturation in terms of being with us. He's kind of the last one here. So, he's been where we want to go, and we need to be able to play off that experience.
Going back-to-back years in college basketball, losing legends like Warren Williams, Coach K,